So this is, of course, when we say a line that we've heard on the talkSPORT network and Rory has to tell us whether he thinks it's an overreaction or not. We've had some belters in the past, and these ones should be interesting as always. Have you overreacted about anything this weekend? Rory, you love an overreaction.
Possibly. Jadon Sancho came in for a lot of stick from me. I just thought his performance in that final was just outrageously bad.
What was your title on Jadon Sancho? And I'll tell you that whether that's an overreaction.
Jadon Sancho should never play for Manchester United again.
It's an overreaction.
Is that an overreaction?
It's an overreaction.
I stand by every word of that.
You can catch him on YouTube, by the way, for some more of Rory's overreactions. Okay, let's do ours now. Harry Kane should stay at Spurs and break Alan Shearer's record rather than go to Real Madrid and challenge for the Champions League.
I can't even let you finish. I tuned out at Harry Kane should stay at Tottenham. It's been such a disaster that he's been there for so long. He should have left years ago. I think the one, I like Kane. I really do. I like him. I rate him. I think he's just elite. The one worrying aspect of his character is that he's still there. Like a truly elite player would have got out years ago. You know when he kind of went on strike at the beginning of the season. Do you remember they beat Man City without him? Training, They beat Man City without him, and they were singing, are you watching Harry Kane and all that. A truly determined elite footballer somehow gets out of that contract. Like, he needed to leave Tottenham ages ago. I really do wish him well, though. And I think he should go to Real Madrid. Like, I place a lot of stock in that 260 Shearer record. Like, I think he'd love it. I think he deserves it as well. And I would, on some level, like him to break it. But I just don't think you can turn down the allure of Real Madrid. Like, leading the line in the Bernabeu, you're following in the footsteps of greats, aren't you?
I know, but this is us thinking we know that this is how Harry Kane's brain works, that you want him to operate that way, but you also could look and go, I'm quite happy with a personal record and a golden boot every other season.
What's bigger?
And my kids are here and my family are here, and do you know what? I'm cool with that life.
But he could be part and an integral part of a new Real Madrid.
I know,
Bellingham, Real Madrid, Tchouaméni, Real Madrid.
What if he failed out there? I don't think he does.
He can't fail.
I know.
No, he can't
fail.
But
what if he does? What if he is just that character? We always try and act like we know. Why isn't Harry Kane doing this?
Harry Kane can't fail in Spain. Like, you know, there is jeopardy around certain players when they go to Spain. I think, you can discuss. When Eden Hazard went to Spain, you could have a conversation. Will it work for him? Will he succeed? Yeah. Is he suited to the game out there? Does he have that desire within to be the very best? And I think to a lot of the questions I just asked rhetorically there, the answer with Eden Hazard is no. Harry Kane is 100% a success in Spain. Like, 100%. And he could be the talisman for them winning a European Cup. Him and Bellingham. Imagine being part of that revolution. Be exciting. Be exciting for English football as well.
Actually, sounds really nice when you say it like that. But Harry, if you're listening, maybe you should think about it. Okay, if Manchester City play like they did on Sunday, they will not beat Inter.
No, they'll beat Inter easier. Manchester United are a better team than Inter Milan. The hardest game that Manchester City had to face in this pursuit of the treble is now over. The game against Manchester United at Wembley was a far harder game, I think. Going to Istanbul to play an Inter Milan team, the third best team in Italy this year, I think they'll make light work of that. I really do. I hope they don't. I hope there's an upset. I hope Inzaghi gets it right. But barring an Edin Dzeko masterclass or a moment of magic from Romelu Lukaku, neither of which feel particularly likely, I just can't see a world where it happens. I think there is no jeopardy in this cup final.
Even though, they lifted the trophy at the weekend, it wasn't their best performance and they lost their last game of the season. Is that because they are just fully focusing on running riot at the Champions League, or is it because they are shattered and they're starting to drop off?
No, not at all. I don't really agree with... Look, losing to Brentford means nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. They'd won the league.
Nothing,
it literally couldn't have meant... Like, it couldn't mean less. At no point when you were watching the Mancunian Cup final did you ever think Manchester United were going to win it. No. They were 1-0 up. They were 1-0 up after seconds. Manchester United then got back into the game. They were gifted an opportunity to get back into the game incorrectly. The draw was there. The score was then level for about, 20 minutes? Man City score again. Like, there was never any problem that Manchester United were going to win that cup. I don't understand how it's been sort of positioned as, they looked a bit weak, or you could sense a vulnerability in this City team. They were far and away the better team, and they were never not going to win that cup.
Okay, 2 of our reactions in a row from Rory. What about this one? World Cup winning midfielder Alexis McAllister will be a flop at Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think this is an overreaction. I don't know that it will work for him. The reason why I feel like it could is because, obviously, he's a very good player, and I think Jurgen Klopp is a genius. So a good player linking up with Jurgen Klopp should make it work. But in terms of what he is being asked to do, in terms of his responsibility going in there, he is effectively being asked to suddenly become one of the best midfielders in the league. In order to drive Liverpool up the table, Liverpool will be hoping to launch a serious and sustained bid for the league next year. That's who Liverpool are.
So you wouldn't have him as one of the best midfielders in the league right now?
I don't think he's anywhere near that. I think he's a very good player.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say he's anywhere near. I don't think he's the best midfielder at Brighton. So no, I wouldn't say that he's that. However, it's Jurgen Klopp, isn't it? And Jurgen Klopp, we've seen it on countless occasions that Jurgen Klopp has the ability to sprinkle a bit of stardust on a player and turn them into the best player in the world in their position. Like we've seen it with Andy Robertson. He arrived fairly uninspiring. Nobody was particularly fast. Suddenly becomes the best left back in the world. Sadio Mane suddenly becomes the best left winger in the world. He then starts playing as a false nine. He becomes the best false nine in the world. Roberto Firmino, best in the world. Virgil van Dijk, best in the world. Trent Alexander-Arnold for that season, best in the world. Salah, obvious.
Yeah.
So I would never write him off, but I don't think it's as guaranteed as some people do.